In this session we'll consider what do we mean by sponsorship in mentoring and what does the role entail. So the objectives of this session are that at the end of it you'll be able to define sponsorship and its behaviours, assess the role of sponsorship in mentoring, and evaluate the effectiveness of sponsorship in mentoring. So what are some of the definitions of sponsor? First one here is one who assumes responsibility for another person or a group during a period of instruction, apprenticeship or probation. Another one is one who vouches for the suitability of a candidate for admission. And a third one is a patron, a backer or a guarantor. One way of thinking about sponsorship in mentoring is that it is about the work that you do when the client's not there. The work that you do to vouch for the client, promote their interests and influence on their behalf. Because of this, it's a role that a mentor would normally take on when the relationship has been going for a while, and that the mentor is in a position where they're happy to use their reputation to make it easier for the client to achieve whatever it is that they want to achieve. Here's an exercise to help you understand the advantages and disadvantages of this role in mentoring. What are the advantages and disadvantages to the mentor of sponsorship? And what are the advantages and disadvantages to the client of sponsorship? So what answers did you come up with? Which were the same and which were different from these? Advantages for the mentor may include enhancing their reputation. If they're putting someone forward to take on a project, a new role, etc., and the client does a great job, then the mentor's reputation will be linked to that. In this way it helps the mentor in their networking, as it's a means of them helping someone in their network. And it'll probably earn the mentor much gratitude from their client. The disadvantages can be that it takes time, and if the mentor doesn't want to do a great job, then it could harm the mentor's reputation. From the client's perspective, having their mentor sponsor them can make it much easier to reach their goals, and at the least it may shorten the time it takes because they don't have to spend so long trying to find and then influence the right people. And if they make the most of the opportunity that has been opened up for them, then it will enhance their reputation hugely. The chief disadvantage is that they miss an opportunity to learn how to find and influence the right people. So they miss out on learning, and then it may be that they feel beholden to the mentor. Another way of thinking about sponsorship is to think of it as Clutterbuck highlights. That is, to split mentoring into two different types: developmental mentoring and sponsorship mentoring. So Clutterbuck suggests that developmental mentoring is about having a mentee, literally one who is helped to think, and that it's two-way learning, and that the power and the authority of the mentor are parked. So it's conducted on a basis of equality. That the mentor helps the mentee decide what he or she wants and plan how to achieve it. And it begins with an end in mind. And it's built on learning opportunities and friendship. And that the most common form of help is stimulating insight. And that the mentor may be a peer or even junior, and it's experience that counts. And sponsorship mentoring, Clutterbuck sees as the person being called a protégé, literally one who is protected. And that the learning may be one way, and the mentor's power to influence is central to the relationship. And the mentor intervenes on the mentee's behalf. And that this often ends in conflict when the mentee outgrows the mentor and rejects the advice. And the relationship is built on reciprocal loyalty. And the most common forms of help are advice and introduction. And that the mentor is usually older and more senior than the mentee. Here is an exercise to help you think about the role of sponsorship in mentoring. Is sponsorship a distinct form of mentoring, or is it a role within mentoring? Discuss.